Hey, good morning, my friends. This is MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torgro. So welcome to the MLive Morning Weather Update brought to you by Lush Lawn. Hey, if this is the first time you're joining us, I always beg first, hit the share button, please, and let your friends know. We're going to look at a closer look at the Tigers opening day, but it's doable. And then we're going to look at the warm-up next week and a whole lot of weather, too. We are into a stormy pattern. We're going to have to start to keep our eyes on severe weather, too, because maybe you have been kind of following, but in the south, there have been some very significant severe weather outbreaks. Now, I'm not saying exactly that will make it here, but if that pattern sticks as the warm air moves north, late April, May could be quite stormy as far as outbreaks of severe weather, not necessarily day by day all the time. All right, so let's get to it. And here's a look at the current radar. We have some spotty, quick little showers. Hey, good morning, buddy. Back to you, James Luke Jr. and Tammy Elmeyer. Thanks for watching this morning on the MLive Morning Weather Update. I'll give this one a try. Christine Koniarski? Hopefully. All right, so not much real estate covered in wet weather right now, but you will get off and on showers today. Let's start off with, let's start off with the big picture, I guess, is what I had lined up for you. So this is the European model. We're going to take it out 10 days. It's the areas of rain and snow, although it's all shown as just precipitation, one form of precipitation in this graphic here. And then it also shows you the warm air and the cold air. So that's another thing to focus on. And I think Michigan sticks out pretty clearly on this, so you should know where you're at. All right, so we go into this afternoon. Now, this model, not a mesoscale model, not a high resolute model, but it shows dry weather in the southern half of lower Michigan this afternoon. But we're going to look a little closer at a better one. And some sun today, please, Pamela. Yeah, occasionally possible, not a ton. Okay, now we go through tonight. Now we go into tomorrow and a greater chance of sporadic showers and even, I gotta say it, snow showers by late afternoon and evening. Now, this is the period of the Tigers home opener. This is the period of 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. And you could see this model forecasts about 1/10 of an inch of precipitation over the southeastern half of the state. Saturday morning, we're still trying to shake the cyclonic curvature of the airflow. We're still trying to shake the clouds and the spotty showers. And we probably do so in the middle of Sunday night. And Sunday looks like a good day, lighter wind. Here comes warmer air. Now, this model has all of a sudden become kind of patchy rainfall on Monday into Tuesday with the warm front moving through and getting bogged down. At this time of the year, warm fronts do get bogged down in Michigan because they hit Cold Lake Michigan, they hit Cold Lake Huron, Cold Lake Erie, and it kind of keeps them draped there, so to speak. So we'll have to see. Eventually, it leads to warmer air, and that's still the scenario, but is it showery ahead of that? This is Monday afternoon and Monday night. This is Tuesday, trying to get the warm front through us, bogged down. This is Wednesday. And what will bring the warm front through eventually is this strong storm out of Minnesota. That will have enough southerly flow with it by Wednesday to get us into the warm sector of the storm. Give us 6 to 12 hours before a rain. And then this is Thursday during the day, the cold front coming through. Hey, hola, John Ling. ¿Cómo estás? Buenos días. And then there's another chilly pocket. Now, this is 10 days out, showing another storm system and the cold pocket. But the point you should get out of this, and I'm going to write about this, I'm going to talk to a polar vortex expert today. The point you should get out of this is that is still a solid cold pocket of air all the way up into Canada. It's lessened a touch from midwinter strength, but I still see a minus 10 and a minus 12 and a minus 14 Celsius at 5,000 feet. That's still March 1st type upper level cold. A little closer of a look here. On the European, that swings through. We get to Sunday, that's your dry day, and then it tries to do these spurts of showers along the warm front until it moves the cold front through Thursday, and then as you get later in the period, it brings another one, and it's cold enough for some snow there too. Bill Clairvoyant, cold summer? No, not necessarily. It's all a timing thing with weather. We did not have a polar vortex disruption during the winter, and it was fairly mild until we got to February. And then we had a late polar vortex disruption, and it just takes a while. It takes like 6 weeks for this thing to work off. And it might mean that once it lets go and goes up, May might be extremely warm. So can't really draw a conclusion that summer will be cold just because early April is cold. But great question to you. Okay, so this is the model I like to show you, how widespread the precipitation is. This is a closer in model. This is this afternoon, and you can see as we go into the afternoon, the speckled showers pop up. These are 5-10 minute downpours, and as we go through tomorrow, the snow is getting closer. This is 10, 11, 12. This is noon tomorrow. And then this is tomorrow afternoon and evening. And that's when I would expect snow showers, is tomorrow night as we get into the colder air. This is Saturday morning, 9 a.m. Could be still snow showers up in the northwest lower and anywhere across lower Michigan. Nothing significant. Hey, John McCormick, I'm wondering about that. By the time I get the live notification, you're well into your live presentation. We have to ask Facebook about that. That's not something that MLive is doing. This is all Facebook driven. So I'm going to get our social team on that and have them ask Facebook about that. Temperatures. Okay, today is a little on the cool side in the upper 40s, and tomorrow is a touch cooler, 44-ish, a very common one. And then Kelly Schultz, just lie to us. Okay, I wish I could lie to you, but I just can't. Saturday, that's a cold day. That's a dismal day for April 9th, where you want to get out and rake all the sticks out of the yard and stuff like that, or go for a bike ride. It's a dismal day. Sunday, not bad. Not phenomenal, but not bad. You'll have to wait until afternoon to have 50 degrees, but you'll have sunshine and light wind too. Carrie Draper, how much snow for Saturday? No accumulation, except maybe far northwest lower. You might in the higher spots, get a transient, a short-lived inch of snow. But for most of lower Michigan, nothing. Now, this is Monday, into the 60s. This is Tuesday. European and has been sticking with this and bringing the 70s up. And what I will say is that in the warm sector of the storm, temperatures will get into the low to mid 70s. The question is, who gets into the warm sector of the storm here in lower Michigan? Certainly, usually I-94 southward does. Up to I-69, good chance. Up to Saginaw, Mount Pleasant, iffy. And north of that usually does not. So this is Tuesday. This is Wednesday. You could see how that front is hanging on there. Hey, happy birthday, Mary Sinkowski. Monday's her birthday. This is Thursday ahead of the cold front. And then this is Friday with the residual warmth and the cooler air trying to come in. And then this is 10 days out. Do we believe that? I don't know. But Nancy McDuffie driving in Nashville, Tennessee on the 12th. Let's go back to that because there is one thing that I do want to mention is that as you're traveling south, you need to be concerned, keep your eyes out for severe weather. This is Tuesday, and it looks like you would still be well in advance of the main storm system that would make severe weather in the south on Tuesday. And you'll get into the warm sector certainly by the time you get to the Indiana border, and you should have some mighty nice 70-degree weather. Last thing to leave you with is, now we're looking at, I feel like things have been spot on, and I feel like I'm an 8 to 10 day forecaster now because things have been spot on. So we know the scenario coming up to next Thursday with the cold front. What happens after that? We're interested because we want spring, right? So let's take a look at the Climate Prediction Center's 6 to 10 day and 8 to 14 day. So the 6 to 10 day will encompass some of that warm weather that we're going to have next Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And also look at the warm spot or the wet spot over Michigan. And then the 8 to 14 day encompasses that cooler air that I showed you after the cold front. And that would be April 14th to the 20th, leaning toward colder than normal temperatures. So I really am not all good news for spring lovers, and it's pretty well flip-flopped to about 99.9% of us are ready for spring. It's happening. It's slow. It doesn't look fantastic. I'll just be honest. And there it is, the MLive Morning Weather Update. Bundle up and waterproof yourself if you're heading to the Tigers home opener tomorrow. That's the best I can do for you. Temperature will be about 40. You could get rain showers. You could get wet flakes of snow. And as the precipitation starts to fall, it cools down and it could feel like 35 degrees at times. So you're going to want to be bundled up. You're going to want to be waterproofed. And we'll wait for next week for at least some warmer temperatures. Thanks for joining me on the MLive Morning Weather Update, brought to you by Lush Lawn. I'm MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa.